Well, 2023 is coming to an end, and man, that year flew by, didn't it? Crazy. Seems like the years just fly by quicker and quicker. Well, I'm here today to give everybody a quick channel update about what's going on with the channel, talk about the past few months a little bit, and also to announce some little bits of information here about what's coming up. So, first and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching and sharing the Castlevania Rondo of Blood and Dracula X retrospective. That was great. Wow. Yeah, I was really happy with the response from that. A lot of people really enjoyed it, so thanks so much for checking it out. It came out shortly before Halloween. October was a big month for the channel, and I usually go kind of big in October, but with the release of the Castlevania Netflix series, the new series, Nocturne, I wanted to kind of do something a little different this year. So the first thing that I did was I put together a kind of like, I wouldn't call it a review, but it was like a roundtable chat with two of my fellow Castlevania buddies. And by the way, all the videos that I'm going to be talking about you can find down below, so you can go watch that. We talked for like an hour and a half or something like that about Nocturne and gave our honest opinions and thoughts on it. And I thought it turned out really well. And I also did a bunch of shorts too. I wanted to try to do something just to get the information out there about who these characters were that were being featured in Nocturne. And those videos did phenomenally well. Like some of the most views I've had on the channel, which is cool. And it definitely opened up a lot of new subscribers and new viewers, and it pushed me over the 7,000 subscriber mark. So thanks once again to everybody that subscribed, that joined the channel recently. Yeah, so I'm hoping to clear out the rest of the characters, the major characters. I'm thinking about doing Maria and also Elizabeth Bartley. So that is probably gonna happen, hopefully in January, maybe. It's kind of, the time has kind of passed as far as like to do it where I'll get views, but like I feel like I already did a bunch of them. I was so crazy busy in October trying to finish that Rondo Dracula X retrospective that I just ran out of time to do the other characters in a promptly manner. So a bunch of the videos did great, but then I released Richter super late in like early or mid-November, and it just tanked, which I kind of knew was going to happen, but I don't know. You guys don't really care about that sort of stuff anyways, I'm sure. You know, I mean, some people really like to see others succeed, and that's great. I just really care about making content that people enjoy. So if you watch those videos and you liked them and you want to see more shorts, let me know down in the comments below. It's tough because I'm trying to think of things to do shorts on, and at the same time I don't want to bombard people with useless and pointless shorts. If I'm going to do a short, I want it to be something that I care about and something that I think you'll care about. So after that, I started working on the next review, which was actually it was a mini review which came out, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, which was Ghostbusters 2 on the NES. It's the Activision game, not the new Ghostbusters 2, the PAL game. So I just had really nostalgic memories for that game and wanted to share my personal story about it. The video didn't do great, but I'm just happy that it's out. And I got to share a cool story about, I love doing those types of stories where I share a personal history that you wouldn't get with another review. You know, a lot of reviews that cover a lot of those old school NES games, they're just like, here's the game, you know, here's this, here's that. I always try to give a little bit of background as far as like why the game came out and what was my experience with that game. So, you know, I try to always put a personal spin on the videos that I do. So that was it. That was the last review of 2023. I have started working on the next review. I'm pretty excited for it. I got super excited playing the game, and I started writing the review immediately. set up the title card and everything. I talked about it a little bit in the patron chat and Discord, and I was just like, man, this is great. Like, I'm super stoked. So that's coming in the very near future. I'm really hoping to get that one out by the end of January at the absolute latest, so stay tuned for that. All I'll say is that it's it is a Konami game. Let's put it that way. It's not Castlevania, but it is a Konami game. So just gonna leave it there. I'll let your mind wander as far as what it could be. Anyways, what else is going on? Well, XVGM Radio, my podcast, and it's a video game music podcast I do. We hit our 100th episode this year, so woo-woo, awesome. Me and my co-host Justin hit 100 episodes, and now we're on 108, which we just finished, which was on the PCFX. Really cool music in that game system, so go check that out. It's NEC's last system that came out this past week. We also did an interview with the Infernax composer, Jason Letourneau, or he's one of 3 composers on that soundtrack, but he was basically like the lead that took over, that rearranged the tracks into more like VRC6 style NES format. So go check that out as well if you want to learn a little bit more about Infernax, the game, and the soundtrack. Really great game, a lot of fun, so highly recommend listening to that one. And Jason was super cool to chat with, like always good. XVGM has been crazy busy, like insanely busy lately. We had our live show in December, which is on Patreon, not the Dongled Patreon, but the XVGM Patreon. So you can go check that out as well. That was kind of like a hodgepodge of a couple different picks that people chose to do. We have our patrons vote on Patreon pick episodes where they pick the topic and then we do an episode on it. And it was a 3-way tie, so we did the whole thing. We did all 3, so it was pretty wild. In addition to that, there were some other episodes that came out. We did a whole retrospective on the Natsume developer and publisher, and did all their a ton of their video game music. We did a 3-part episode. It was like episode 98 or 99, I can't remember which. I think it was 99. And then episode 102, and then I think fairly recently we did episode 105 or something like that. Yeah, again, you can go in the listing and take a look at it to see what the episodes were, but that was great. I've been wanting to do that for like ever. Pretty much like since I started the podcast with Justin. So I'm glad that I was finally able to knock that one off the bucket list. So really good music in those 3 podcasts. So go check that out as well. We're going to be recording a pretty big interview, hopefully, fingers crossed, that it happens in January, that I'm really psyched for. So stay tuned for that. That'll probably pop up on the channel sometime in February. So keep an eye out for that. Like it's kind of a big deal. So I'm very excited for it, and I know Justin is too. Like we're pumped. There's some other stuff that's coming down the pipeline as well. But honestly, right now is very dry for news for Castlevania. I'm not currently working on any Castlevania reviews or any Castlevania videos. Obviously, if something pops up, I'll let you guys know. There was a recent announcement from the Bloodstained Twitter that in 2024 they're going to release the new roadmap for Bloodstained, as well as finally releasing the content that they've been teasing for the past maybe year or 2. Maybe the game will finally finish development and they could start working on Bloodstained 2. I don't know, who knows, but that is something that obviously I'll be covering once it gets released. But I honestly don't expect to do too much in the way of Castlevania next year, just because the news has been kind of dry. I will be doing an unboxing on the Castlevania Advance Ultimate Collection, which I did order, so expect that probably sometime in June. No joke, probably May or June, I would imagine. It's probably going to take a year, if not longer, for them to release that and ship it my way. So, I paid for it just like every other customer, and I didn't get it for free or anything. I did do a sponsored video, though, which was really cool. I did, for Retrobit, Eliminate Down, which you may or may not have seen. I basically was like, what is this? Like, I've never heard of it. So I did a little digging and, spoke with Retrobit and learned a little bit about the game, played a little bit of it, and it's pretty cool. So you can check that out down below as well if you want to learn a little bit more. I think there's still like a week left to pre-order the game, but like the game used to cost it was like $1,000 game if you bought it like on eBay, because it only came out in like Japan and like South Korea or something like that. So the fact that it's getting re-released for like an average, like $50 price or whatever the price is just great. Like I love when companies are doing that. Even though it's technically a reproduction, it's still, they're working with the developers and the publishers of the original game or the rights holders. So it's cool. I'm all about that. So, but other than that, there really hasn't been much that I've been working on. For probably about the past like year or two, I've been interested in creating a new series that I do have art for, that I've been wanting to work on. It's kind of like a, hush hush kind of thing, but, it was going to be something that I was going to do just for fun, that would just be content to put out that was fun, that was a little different, maybe something you didn't see every day on a channel. But in the end, I don't know. I'm still really torn on if I'm going to do that or not. I'm really not sure if it's something that will with my channel and the direction that I've been going in, because as most people know now, I've been really heavily focusing on Castlevania, and I still want to do that. But it's tough to talk about Castlevania news when you've got nothing left. If you have any sources for Castlevania people or people involved with the Castlevania series, please let me know. I'd love to interview them. I'd also love to maybe interview some of the people behind the Castlevania Netflix show too, just to, kind of put it out there, from a Castlevania fan to another Castlevania fan. You got the Dietz brothers, who are definitely Castlevania fans. I think it'd be cool to sit down and chat with them. So, I don't know. Those are some of the ideas I have floating around. As far as the other two series on this channel, Noob Repair and Gaming Linguistics go, they're kind of on hold. I have had a few ideas kind of bounce around here and there. Nothing super concrete. The problem with Noob Repair is that I had one idea, but I feel like it's something that everybody covers. It's something that, a lot of people have covered, so I figured, there's no point in touching on it, But I don't know. I'm still working on those series. I would love to do more with them, to put out more Noob Repair stuff, to put out more Gaming Linguistics. I love doing those videos. They're a lot of fun, and they're just a different flavor of video. But the dude you haven't played this game, the reviews, the retrospectives are always going to be the primary source of entertainment on this channel, I would say. Regarding that, speaking of, I'd love to get your opinion on what you prefer when you watch those. Do you prefer the more like single video, review on games that maybe you've never heard of, or maybe a little bit more obscure, or maybe just games that are really, really popular that maybe you just want my opinion on? Or do you want the more retrospective type stuff like the Castlevania stuff that I've been doing with like Rondo of Blood, Dracula X? I did another retrospective on like Star Fox Assault, stuff like that, like the more in-depth videos that are like maybe 30 minutes long or 40 minutes long, or a high 20-minute long video, but it's a very in-depth video. So I'm curious what you guys' thoughts are on that, if you'd rather see the more like, monthly reviews, or if you want like the retrospectives that take a couple months. So let me know down in the comments below which you prefer, and let me know which like review or retrospective was your favorite that you've seen on this channel, if you're a long-time viewer or a short-time viewer. Wrapping up, once again, I want to thank everybody for getting me to 7,000 subscribers, and I wanted to do, I did a poll on here, and I was like, do you guys even want to celebrate this, or is this like a dumb thing to celebrate? But, sure enough, people said that they'd love to do a Q&A. So, leave your comments or questions down below for what you want me to answer, and in the next like couple weeks or maybe a month, I'll do a Q&A answer. So, question and answer, let me know what you want me to answer as far as whatever, Castlevania related, gaming related, non-gaming related. Try to keep it, somewhat family friendly. I mean, I could show you feet pics, but I don't think I can get my feet that high. No, I can't. Sorry guys, no feet pics. You gotta go to the Patreon for that, boy. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got. I want to say happy holidays to anyone watching this. If you don't celebrate a holiday, have a great weekend. If you've got a longer weekend than normal. And other than that, have a great new year. I'll see you in the new year, and we'll be doing like we do. Yeah, entering into the 12th year of Dude, You Haven't Played This Game. So I'll try to keep it as kosher as I can, keep it funky fresh, and keep tossing you those the serving of self-deprecating humor mixed with making fun of YouTube, mixed with, I don't know, cool reviews and retrospectives. Peace out, guys. See you later. Bye.